Good afternoon, and welcome to the presentation of the third tranche of S3 business bond issue. During this session, you will be provided with the detailed insights on the S3 business bond offering and the development of the underlying project, Hermanas. The presentation will be followed by a live Q&A session. The questions can be submitted throughout the presentation by using the Q&A section at the bottom of your screen. Please note that this session is being recorded and will be available on the Nasdaq Baltic YouTube channel shortly after the call. And now, I would like to give the floor to Gediminas Norkūnas, Head of Securities Origination at Luminor Bank, organizing this bond issue. Please, Gediminas, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, dear audience. Thank you for joining this webinar. Yesterday, Luminor started the offering of Project Hermanas bonds. So it is already the third tranche of this bond. So some of you might already be familiar with the project. Others probably might hear about it for the first time. That's the project of SBA Group's real estate development arm, and the project company is called S3 Business. So let me welcome Audris Megalauskas, the CEO of the issue, and Kasparas Juška, Head of Investments at SBA Urban, who will tell you more about the project, its progress, and will answer all your questions. So without a further delay, I hand over the words to Andris and Kasparas.
Thank you, Gediminas. Thank you everyone who has joined. So let's start the presentation. Yeah, so the presenters will be, first of all, me, Kasparas Juška, Head of Investments at SBA Urban, and my colleague Andrius Mikalauskas, CEO of Urban Live, which is part of SBA Urban. That is the company that is developing the business center, which is being financed by these bonds.
Hi, everyone.
We will go through the following main sections of the presentation. We will first of all cover the overall summary of these bonds and the project. Then we will in more detail cover the project status update. Then we will go through the key investment highlights of these bonds. Then we will delve deeper into the bond terms and conditions. So first of all, an overview of this issuance. The bonds are used to finance Hermanas, which is an A-class business center in Kaunas. It is being built in central Kaunas district called Nemunaičiai. The business center has 10.6 thousand square meters of leasable space. And together with the business center, we are constructing a multi-story car parking with over 500 parking spaces. This is a modern business center, so of course it will have an A++ energy class, and also we are targeting several other environmentally friendly certifications such as BREEAM and Fitwel. Total investment into the project amounts to up to 35 million euros. We have started the construction in August 2024, and we are planning to finish actually this month, which is February. As mentioned, the developer of the project is SBA Urban. General contractor of the project is Veikmė Statyba, one of the largest general contracting companies of Lithuania. The architects of the project are Paleko Architektų Studija, a well-known architect. And of course, the arranger and dealer of the bonds is Luminor. A brief overview of the bonds. So total issue size of the bonds is up to 23.5 million euros. To date, we have issued approximately 12.8 million euros. This was done during the two tranches for these bonds. Right now, we are issuing the third tranche. Coupon rate on these bonds amount to 8% per annum, and coupon is paid every 6 months. The maturity of these bonds is 2027, November 29th. Nominal value of one bond is 1,000 euros, and the bonds are secured by the first rank mortgage of the real estate of the project, as well as the pledge over the shares of the company that is developing the business center. About the third tranche of the bonds. So in this tranche, we are issuing up to 4.5 million euros with possibility to increase the issued amount. The yield that is applicable to this tranche is 7.5%. The issue price of one bond, including the accrued interest, is approximately 1,027 euros and 19 cents. The offering period is from 9th of February, and we are planning to finish the distribution on the 20th of February. We also retain the possibility to shorten the distribution period in case we receive sufficient subscription for the bonds. And the issue date of this bonds is 25th of February. About the company structure, so the real estate belongs and the project itself belongs to the company and the issuer, which is called UAB S3's business. And UAB S3's business is owned by two ultimate shareholders. First of all is SBA Group, and specifically by its real estate subsidiary SBA Urban. And then other financial investor to this project is Taba Invest. It is an investment holding company of Tautvydas Barštys, a prominent and well-known Lithuanian investor. Now we will go to the project status update.
Okay, so coming first of all about the construction. So here on the photos, you can see our progress of construction as of the end of January. What we have construction of structure fully completed. We have facades pretty much also completed, and the scaffoldings are currently going out. We have interior of the common spaces also completed. We have first tenant fit outs also in progress and almost completed. So only the finalizing touches are left actually at the project, as well as the commissioning process. So commissioning process has been already started, and we expect to finalize it over this month. So taking into account the cold weather that has been in Lithuania since the very beginning of this year, I think we're on the right track when it comes towards the finishing line of the construction. And we are not foreseeing any significant cost overruns. So what we have budgeted is that is what we achieve with also good quality of the general contractor. If we talk about February and March, what is left? So as I said, commissioning, finishing the tenants move-in processes and the common spaces and the planting of the outside area, which cannot be yet done, of course, due to the very cold climate that we have now. If we talk about the investments, so currently we have loan to costs, which is 48%. In quarter four of 2025, investments 23.5 million, and as Kaspar's mentioned, we have 12.8 million in issue size. We have performed also the valuation, and independent valuation is also aligning with our investments that are being done in this object. So here more visual data about construction progress. So as you can see in May, October, and we have also February of this year shown. So as I mentioned, scaffoldings are already down, so the view is changing actually every day. About leasing. So we have two tenants for which we are currently performing the fit outs already, and one of them is pretty much already completed, so Cybercare. So 1,000 square meters we have signed. Compared to our previous tranche, what we have signed also is the small cafe on the ground floor. So we have a small increase, as you see, in 19 square meters. It's quite important tenant in our entry hallway. So that's what we have signed. Apart from signed contracts, we have LOIs. So we have LOIs for 2,000 square meters currently, and we expect to be closing those LOIs and transforming them into rental contracts over the next couple of weeks. So far, the negotiations and then discussions about the fit outs and other key contract terms are, I would say, successful. And what we would have is the almost 30% of leased space in the first quarter of this year. And we have other negotiations. However, we are not revealing them yet in this presentation. About the surrounding infrastructure, so we have a pedestrian and cyclist bridge, which continues to be built. by Kaunas city municipality. And so there has been some slowdowns in the process, but the municipality has appointed a new contractor, which is back in the construction site for the last month. And they are quickly assembling the bridge, and it is expected it will be completed in Q3 2026. What else we have in the surrounding territory is the reconstruction of the Minkovsky Street. So that process is also ongoing. The underground networks works have been already completed, and the next phase is the actual layers of the groundworks and asphalt, which is to be done. However, we are waiting for warmer climate as well.
So this was the project status update of the development process, of the construction process, and of the leasing. Now we will cover the main investment highlights of these bonds. So first of all, 5 strong points, let's say, about the project and the bonds is, first of all, the project is being built in a highly prospective location. It is located in Nemunaičiai district. This district is developed by us, SBA Urban. We plan to develop over 600 apartments and over 30,000 square meters of commercial spaces in the district in the upcoming up to 10 years. We have already completed one apartment project, which has 170 apartments. It was done back in 2023, and we have fully sold that project. In parallel to Hermanas, we are developing another apartment project in the district called Pasaka. It will be completed in 6 months, and already at this point, we have sold approximately 80% of the 90 available apartments in the project. Secondly, Hermanas will be basically the leading business center in Kaunas. It will be the most modern one, as the most recent large business centers were built only back in 2022. It will have very high sustainability ratings, including A++ energy class and BREEAM, as well as FitWell certifications. Third point, we have a good market timing for the project. As mentioned, the last significant business centers in Kaunas were added approximately 2022. And since then, vacancy in Kaunas office market has remained below 5%. So, and basically Hermanas right now is the only large office project coming into the Kaunas market. So this makes a good market timing opportunity. The fourth point is that SBA Urban is a very experienced developer in office market segment, and specifically in A-class office segment, as we completed Green Hall Business Center in Vilnius, as well as BLC business centers in Kaunas. Both of them are approximately of 20,000 square meters of space, so even larger than Hermanas project is. And the fifth point, the bonds that finance this project have quite a balanced structure. The key point is that they are secured by the first-ranking mortgage over the real estate of the project, as well as the shares. And in addition, we have quite a comprehensive set of covenants, including LTC reporting, financial statement reporting, and other conditions that accompany these bonds. And also, these bonds are listed in the Baltic First North list. So first of all, just to briefly cover the key investment highlights, as already mentioned, the location is very exceptional. We have a 6-hectare area that we are developing the Nemunaičiai district in, 600 apartments, as well as 30,000 square meters of commercial spaces that is being planned and developed in this district. We are planning over 250 million euros of investment in this district. And it is moving quite fast, and it is very well known by the locals who are both buying the apartments quite fast, and also the businesses are really interested in this location to establish their headquarters and working spaces. And as my colleague mentioned, also there is significant infrastructure development and huge focus from the city to the Nemunaičiai district. There is a bridge being built that will connect the Nemunaičiai district with the Kaunas Old Town, New Town, Žalgiris Arena, and the whole Nemunas Iceland infrastructure. This bridge will basically make these locations reachable by on foot in up to 10 minutes. Then we have the main street called Minkovsky Street reconstruction ongoing. And then also just to the right from the Nemunaichi district, the city has already started basically the development of the Čiurlionis concert hall, which will be really spectacular. And it will be very close to the Nemunaichi district. Here you can see where the Hermanas project is positioned in the district. So it is marked in two. Also, you see that, so you see the business center and nearby this multi-story car parking. And also marked in two, there is this residential project that is being developed also by us in parallel to Hermanas. Then marked in one, that's the first phase of the district that has been completed in 2023. Marked in three, we have another business center planned just near Hermanos project. It will be most likely started this or next year based on the market demand. In fourth, there is an additional 3-hectare territory in the Nemunaichi district for which we plan to launch the next phases most likely end of this year or start of next year. So the whole territory is really moving quite fast. Again, some key facts about the Hermanas Business Center, 10.6 thousand square meters of space. Floor plates are quite large, up to 1,500 square meters, which makes the business center suitable for various sizes of tenants, both large companies and small companies. We have quite a generous amount of parking spaces available for this project. So in the multi-story car parking nearby, there will be over 500 parking spaces. The business center is of 8 floors. It will have an A++ energy class once completed. Here you can see the schedule of the project. So basically everything that is marked in green has been already completed. Those are the monolithic frames of the buildings, facades, internal engineering networks, fit out of the common areas, and etc. Those have already been completed. Right now, what is happening in terms of the construction, fit out works for the tenants are ongoing. They will continue on as we are leasing up the project. Also right now, basically the building is being commissioned for full completion, and we really expect that it will happen by the end of February. The works that are yet to be started are, of course, the territory landscaping. So once the weather conditions outside allow, we will right away initiate these works, and we plan to finish them up by approximately May of this year. And then basically we are completing the fit-out works for the first tenants, and it is planned that they will move into the premises starting from approximately April of this year, and then we will basically start receiving the first rental income from this project. A few words about the Kaunas office market. So if we look at the bottom left graph, in black, we marked each year new supply of the business centers added in terms of the square meters added to the market. So as it is very visible, the last not even too significant addition was back in 2022. Since then, there has been no significant additions. Only in 2025, in this report, Newsec assumed that Hermanas will be completed as was the initial plan. But actually, formally, Hermanas will come into the market in February this year. And basically, the graph shows that there is approximately 20,000 of square meters added to the market, of which Hermanas comprises 10,000 square meters. So we are basically the only big project that is coming into the market. While the vacancies have been below 5% since approximately 2022, with the addition of Hermanas project, vacancies will slightly increase, but the vacancies will be mostly comprised of our own business center, and it is only up to us when we are planning to lease it up. So the market condition remains good. There is no significant competition, and we are the only significant A-class business center that came into the market this year. The key information about the finances of the project. So on the left, you see that the total budget is up to 35 million euros, of which 23.5 million have been investment as of the end of last year. These investments will be financed by two sources. So first of all, it is equity of approximately 11.5 million euros from the equity holders and investors of this project. And then we are issuing 23.5 million in bonds. If you look at the upper right corner, you see that the LTC ratio is calculated for each of the quarters of 2025. So the investments are gradually increasing from 14 million back in Q2 of last year to 23.5 million euros end of last year. And the LTC is also increasing, but it is still remaining below the target maximum rate of 75%. So LTC ratio was 48% back at the end of last year. Only one note that the 2025 Q4 figures are pro forma. So currently audit is being done, annual audit is being done for the company accounts, and formal figures will be published on Nasdaq. And then in the next slide, we will go through the main bond covenants in more depth.
Yeah, so maybe I can take it over from here, just shortly recapping the main terms. As you probably have noticed, so the full program for this project is 23.5 million euros. Already more than 11 million is issued. Now, as mentioned, we're aiming to raise up to 4.5 million euros in nominal terms, but the size of the issue might be increased. The annual coupon is 8%. Interest is paid twice a year. The yield for this offering is 7.5%, and therefore the purchase price is above the nominal. There are two call options in the terms of this bond. So there is a possibility to repay by 29th of May this year, paying 1% premium. And so there is a possibility to redeem between 30th of May of this year and the 29th of May of next year, paying 0.5% of premium. The last 6 months of the bonds can be redeemed free of charge. As mentioned, this is a fully collateralized transaction with the first ranking mortgage of a land plot and the building. Already mentioned valuation of the property has been conducted by independent party Nasdaq. The value under the discounted cash flow method is more than 25 million as of the end of 2025. Covenants, the main one probably is LTC, which should be below 75%, and that's with the assumption of the full utilization of the program of 23.5 million euros. The rest are more or less regular covenants that you would see in similar transactions. So as mentioned, the public offering is expected to end on 20th, but it can be terminated earlier depending on the demand. The public offering is done in the markets of Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, and the product is suitable for retail investors as well. Yeah, I think these are the main terms, and I hand it over back to you, Kasparas.
How to invest into the bonds. So first of all, a securities account is needed for that. You can set it up in the main large banks of the Baltic states, such as Luminor, first of all, but it's also possible, of course, in Swedbank, SEB, and other banks. Or also you can open the securities account in other firms that offer financial services, such as Severnord or Orion. Then basically you contact the bank or the financial institution which is managing your securities account. In each of the banks, the process of how to acquire the bonds is slightly different, so it's best to contact your bank. The important thing is that subscription orders can be submitted from the 9th of February until 20th of February, but we also retain the possibility that the subscription period will be shortened in case we receive sufficient demand to meet our needs. And the issue date of the bonds is 25th of February this year. In the presentation, we are also including the appendix, which contains the latest financial statements of the issuer, which have been also published on Nasdaq, and then also additional various information, mostly about the investment highlights of the project. So I really suggest all the listeners and those who have joined to review the presentation once again. It is available in the official site of this project and of these bonds. So thank you very much for listening. That is it with the presentation.
Thank you. Thank you for the detailed presentation. And now I believe we can move to the questions. But before that, I would like to remind everyone that you can submit your questions in writing in the Q&A window below the presentation, or you can also raise your hand, be unmuted, and ask questions directly. So yes, let's maybe hold for a minute to give time to those who may wish to ask questions. We have received one question in advance on the tenancy situation, but I believe it was covered already in the presentation. So, but if you have other questions, please be active. Yeah. Okay, I see that we have received one question. The question is the following: what do the total investments include? Does this cover both the office building and the parking building? What are the rental levels for office in Kaunas?
So I will cover the investment side. The investments cover all-in costs that are associated with the development of the business center. The key categories are the land plot itself, then the construction costs, then there are historically incurred design costs. Then, of course, after the construction, we are making fit-outs for the tenants, so there are costs associated to that. Then we have some sales, marketing costs that are inherently part of such project. So these are the main cost categories that are included to the budget of up to 35 million euros of this project.
And regarding the rental price targets, so our project's rental price is actually in line with the market rental prices in the modern business center in central Kaunas. We're not talking about B class, we're talking about A class offices. So our target price of 17.2 euros is in line with the assets that we own and that we observe on the other side of Nemunas.
All right, thank you. I don't see any further questions, but we may wait for half a minute. Maybe someone else wants to ask something, since we still have time.
And in any case, the recording will be available. And as mentioned by Kasparas, please take a look at the slides and contact your financial advisor should you consider this investment interesting and suitable for you.
Yes, so it doesn't seem that we have any further questions. So on behalf of Nasdaq Vilnius, I would like to thank you all for participating in this call. It has been a pleasure having you today, and now I would like to hand it back to the presenters if they wish to say their final remarks.
Thank you very much for everyone who has joined. I really suggest to review again all the documentations of these bonds that are available on the issuer's site. It was fun to present the bonds and the project today. And yeah, the bond issuance is not over with this tranche. We will be coming most likely with the issuance also with other tranches. So yeah, thank you for those who are participating in this project.
Thank you all.
Yes, thank you and have a great day.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Bye.